Greetings, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the 12th War of the Visions Final Fantasy Brave EXVIUS community stream with Justin and friends. Of course, I am Justin. I have a new t-shirt that you guys may have seen from some of the YouTube videos with Hiroki. Anyway, today we're a little bit late. I'm sorry, we had to get everything going on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, we are also streaming for the very first time on YouTube today. So that's very exciting. So hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. You are joined by people that are in Twitch land. So greetings, everybody in Twitch land as well. So yes, enough about that. Like I mentioned, this is the 12th community stream with Justin and Friends. We've ran 11 more on the Twitch side. So this is our first one on the YouTube side, but we're just going to name them the same thing here. Anyway, so yeah, I hope everybody out there is doing well. I am joined with a special guest here, ReadyPlayerWill. Hello.
Evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Good. How you doing, Justin?
I'm doing all right. I'm just trying to get everything pulled up here on my end. So yeah, I hope everybody out there is doing well. How is everybody? I hope everybody's Final Fantasy 13 and Final Fantasy Tactics events are going very well. We're going to cover them a little bit in the stream today. So yeah.
Very excited. Definitely a lot to talk about. Busy week, getting all these characters up to speed, and they're all really good in their own unique ways. So there's a lot of applications for their use, new vision cards. So there's a lot of balance changes, and yeah, really exciting time.
Indeed, indeed. So yes, if anybody out there has any questions or anything during chat, feel free to just shout them out or something like that. That would be perfectly fine. We'll see if we can get them answered for you or anything like that. So yeah. Oh, I saw somebody mention something about an audio issue earlier. I don't know if that's happening or not. I'm using a different camera than usual, so hopefully I don't look too weird. I think my cats did something with my other camera, so I'll have to investigate that. Anyway, not that anybody asked. But yeah, so here on the community streams with Justin and Friends, we have like a giveaway that we usually do. We have some rewards for everybody out there for joining the stream, and everybody, even if they're not part of the stream or whatever, they're going to be able to get some of these rewards, assuming we hit some of the milestones here. So let me just jump right into that. You guys may have seen this in the notice, but we have 3 Blossoms of Paradise up for grabs here, assuming that we can hit these viewer milestones. Gonna have to do some quick math in order to add them from YouTube and Twitch together, but I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good. I think we can get there. On top of that, so we'll figure out at the end if we got these rewards or not, but yes. On top of that, we have currently some events going on in game. Of course, obviously, there's a bunch of collaboration stuff going on, but here's like a quick recap. It's very small on my screen, but for comeback users only, we have some awesome Visior for you, so just log in and get some Visior. On top of that, we have the Visior back campaign, which basically just gives you Visior for spending Visior. It's pretty awesome. No strings attached, anything like that. Just spend some and you get some. Up to 100,000. And I know people out there have 100,000 because I've seen some screenshots. And then we have the training challenge missions for Final Fantasy 13, where you can pick up a lot of really great items in the Weapon for Hope. And we have the story quest, JP and item drop triple up campaign. Get some great drops there. Then we have the training challenge missions for Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy 13, and a lot of other great stuff going on. Is there anything you want to shout out in particular, Mr. Will?
I'm very, very happy with the Visior back campaign. Obviously, the amount of things we're pulling this week. It's nice to get a little bit of kickback every now and then. It's always a nice little surprise when I go to buy some shards, and then I get a little pop up in the top left corner, like, hey, 2K back. I'm like, okay, it's not so bad. But no, the comeback user is definitely a great one. Obviously, this is a big collaboration, Final Fantasy Tactics, that brought in a lot of the original fan base, and Final Fantasy 13 obviously also has a long-running history of the amount of games and resources that have been put out for that. So to to have the comeback campaign also really great. But just in general, the triple up is always a really valuable thing to take advantage of. It's the kind of thing that you do the heavy lifting now to grind the events, the content to get the triple up, and
Yes.
it's just efficiency wise. You don't have to worry about it down the line, and it's never a burden. And you can use characters when you want to because you have the resources you need. So definitely someone to take advantage of.
Indeed, indeed. So there is a lot of really awesome stuff going on, and there was something that I was going to say, but I got distracted trying to open up something here on my laptop. I don't remember what it was. That's fine. We can come back to that. No big deal.
Definitely.
But yeah, so we're actually, this is the 2.5-year anniversary as well. So this is the best time to start playing. If you're a fan of Final Fantasy Tactics, fan of Final Fantasy 13. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Hopefully there's a lot of people out there that are really excited for the Final Fantasy Tactics collaboration, because it was one of the top voted ones in that player survey that we did during the 2nd anniversary. And everybody was looking forward to Final Fantasy Tactics. So now's your time. You can jump in and get, all of your favorites, Agrias, Delita, Ramza, Orlandu, that sort of stuff. You get a free Mustadio, you can level them up, that sort of stuff. Anyway, yes, there's a lot going on. There is a ton of stuff going on. There's also a ton of rewards that are currently available as well. So jump in, get some free stuff, get some units. There's vision cards, there's free daily 10 summons that are going on with a guaranteed UR unit.
Huge.
Card. There's really, 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 honestly, truly a lot of stuff going on. So if you guys are new to the game, or I guess maybe if you're not new to the game and you haven't played, give the download link a click down below in the description. Anyway.
Most definitely, best time to do it. I agree. that 10 times summon you just mentioned too, great banner. That if you miss it for a day, that's fine. It still allows you to summon them later on in the week if you miss a day or two. And at the end of the day, it's just a really great way to accumulate some resources and catch up quickly. So big props for that banner.
Indeed. And it can be a huge boon to like a normal player to get a guaranteed UR. What's a VR? I don't know. UR,
VC, UR, all these acronyms.
Okay, I think I was mixing them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so guaranteed UR every single day for 10 days. Pretty awesome. On top of the new player stuff that you get anyway. Like the new player login or the comeback campaign, Visior comeback campaign. All right. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on. But our focus of highlight is our guest today, Mr. ReadyPlayerWill. He is extremely knowledgeable in many parts of the game. He has his own YouTube channel, and he's in the top guild for our global server as well. So
I am. Yes, very excited to be here.
Reputation precedes you.
Thank you. I'm glad I've maintained, I guess, a positive reputation. It's been a really awesome journey going through some of the different guilds and getting to where I am today in terms of knowledge and learning and all the people that have helped me along the way to get there. It's definitely not a solo thing. There's a lot of people that are way smarter than I am, and it really does take a village sometimes to get to know something better and be able to retain that information and get to spread it out on the kind of platform that I get to on YouTube. So yeah.
Yeah, so speaking of information, I gave some fake information. For some reason, I said Mustadio. I have no idea why. I meant Gafgarion. I'm sorry. You get a free Gafgarion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Although, I will say, when the banners first came around, like 2 years ago, not first, the second time that they came around, I didn't have any Final Fantasy Tactics units at all. So this was like my first time to get some. And when I pulled... I got an MR and then the banner popped up and I was like, what the heck is this? And then I realized what was going on.
Yes, a lot of people love Mustadio for that. He's actually like a slept-on unit for how interesting his kit is. We just obviously time has gone on and he needed that EX upgrade and he's got it. So now I'm sure a lot of people are going to be looking forward to using him. And also nice too that we have the pity option on this banner. I distinctly remember how much Visior I spent to pull Delita when this banner first came around, and it's a pretty sad amount of Visior I spent. So really nice to get access to these units now.
I think you are joined by other content creators in that same camp. One of them is in chat right now.
Definitely. Actually, Agrias is the only unit who I did not have up until this week. I had every other unit
really?
except for her. So I finally have them all.
EXVIUS is actually who I had my sights set on for this collaboration, and I got her. Which we're gonna have like a little friendly PvP match later on. Just heads up right now, Will and I were talking about it earlier, and he is way more prepared for this than I am. I think my EXVIUS is level 81, and she can be a max of 89, so she's not even max LB yet, but we'll see. It's just fun watching some units move around on the screen.
It definitely
is.
What
map we're gonna be on, I don't know, but we'll have a little PvP match later on. Anyway, so today we're actually going to be talking about the FF13 collab a little bit. Then we're going to go through and just kind of play Midlight's Deep a bit on my account. It's been like 2 years since I've done it. Don't really remember anything about it at all. I clicked on it yesterday or this morning and I was like, oh yes, that's a thing. So I'm going in with 2-year-old foggy memories here, so we'll just kind of see what happens. Maybe we can figure it out together. Anyway, we were talking about you and your YouTube channel, and then we got extremely derailed here. So I would appreciate everybody out there if they could please go give a subscribe to Mr. ReadyPlayerWill. You can find his YouTube channel in the description of the YouTube description. And then if you do !guest in the Twitch chat, you'll be able to find his link there as well.
Excellent.
So
thank you for that.
Yeah, can you give like a quick rundown of the sort of content that you do there, that sort of thing?
Definitely. My big routine at this point is a very in-depth character reviews. I even go so far as to break it up into 3 parts so I can be, as comprehensive as possible. But I also do any videos on statistical explanations. If there's a unique mechanic to a character that needs some better explanation, or we do some testing and find out some information. Really, at the end of the day, though, anything that I don't see people talking enough about is something I'll make a video on. There's a lot of great content creators that do a really great job about going over the news updates and doing some analysis on some of the updates and things we see in the game. But I leave that to them. If it's something that I see that I think deserves more attention, or if I see people, incorrectly thinking about, that's kind of the opportunity where I try to provide some insight and some analyses as to why we should think about it alternatively. So kind of my bread and butter. I stay around that.
Awesome. So yes, if you're looking for more information than you could possibly hold inside your brain, then go to ReadyPlayerWill's channel and give, as Miss Cydia said, give a like to every single one of his videos.
Thank you. That'd be great. Appreciate
Everybody
it,
do that.
Yeah, shout out to all the content creators in the chat too, by the way. I'm kind of multitasking here, but I see Mysidia, Kason, DGenTP, a whole bunch of great big names here. So thanks for being here, everybody.
Yep, there is a lot of wonderful people. It's interesting, like I said, this is the first time we've been on YouTube, so my mind is split into many different directions here.
You're not alone. Me too.
So anyway, let's talk about Final Fantasy 13 a little bit. I know that you were pursuing... Okay, well actually, I'm not going to put any disclaimers here. Were you looking forward to Final Fantasy 13, and what did you end up getting? Let's start there.
Yes, very much looking forward to Final Fantasy 13, and I got all of them. Snow and Lightning were both very important. Hope is too, for his own unique reasons. He's definitely more PvE oriented, and some of the content that's anticipated to come out, like the Trials of Reckoning. But for Snow and Lightning in particular, Snow's a really different kind of character for the ice element that they don't have currently in terms of a really strong physical tank. He's got a really great kit that's easy to get value with. It's very straightforward, just works really well. And then Lightning's exciting just because that cast of characters is already so diverse of the Lightning element that just to kind of put her in there, she's got so many different kinds of imperils and slash resist penetrations and just interesting AI potential with teammate buffs or not teammate buffs. And, overall, really strong offensively. So we like to see the balance in the game maintained healthy, and I think these are 2 if not 3 great additions to potentially keep it that way. So yeah, I've pulled both. I've got both of Snow and Lightning maxed and already used Snow in some limited guild wars to some excellent results, and Lightning's my one of my go-tos in arena this week. We have to kind of play chess with who we use, but she's definitely one of them.
Cool. Yeah, so were you, when you were pulling or going for the units, were you only super focused on statistics, or was there a bit of nostalgia there for you as well?
A little bit of nostalgia, more for Snow than I'd say than Lightning. I think Snow's a really interesting character. He kind of gave me, like, I don't know, just a fun one to watch. Lightning had such an interesting character arc from the original 13 to Lightning Returns. I like her. I never felt a bond with her, but I think visually she's really cool looking. She obviously does have a lot of like interesting like character arcs, so I think they did a good job building her out there. So it was probably more balance related than nostalgia. I'm admittedly not the biggest Final Fantasy 13 fan. I think there's a lot of good things in those, but it didn't resonate with me like the majority of the other Final Fantasy titles. But either way, excitement at the end of the day, and it has my full support.
I just want to say that I think Lightning is one of the most, like when I say most, I mean really, really, really one of the most unique protagonists that's come out of the Final Fantasy series. So that's my hot take.
I would agree with that.
I'll just leave it there. Anyway, so yes, the Final Fantasy 13 collaboration began last week with the 2.5-year anniversary stuff, and there's been a lot of events going on, that sort of stuff. You can log in and get some equipment, and there's the free polls and stuff that are going on. So yes, personally I got Lightning. That's who I was going for. I know a lot of people are really saying that Snow is the way to go for units, but my ice element I would say is not the strongest, which does that make sense to not pull a strong ice unit if your ice element is not the strongest?
It's a question. Yeah. Debate.
But I can't use somebody that I don't feel has the team behind them. But I don't know. Anyway, so I got Lightning, and I was very happy with that. So with all the Final Fantasy Tactics stuff coming out, I really had to plan out what I wanted to do. So I've been pretty happy. I got some Visior left over, so I can spend it on some other stuff and get things built up. Because I kind of, like when the Final Fantasy VII collaboration came out, I got everybody, and then like I think I'm still working on Barrett, and I don't know if I'm ever going to use him, that sort of stuff, so I didn't really want to get into the same situation. Anyway.
Nope, that's understandable. It's okay. You're not missing out terribly. I can see why you'd be behind on the ice element, but I don't think Barrett's a big part of that, so no FOMO there on your end.
Well, I got Agrius, so there we go. That's all I needed for my ice element.
To be fair, I think what they did with her is excellent for the EX upgrades. I think she's definitely probably more serviceable than Fryavia as it comes to tanking. So for those of you that are interested, like she's definitely the go-to if you're not going all in on Snow.
One of the things that you just reminded me of when you were saying that is, so I just got Agrius for the first time, and as I was leveling her up, I was doing the character quests, and then I did the level 40 character quest that you get the first one. And it was very interesting seeing what passive abilities that you get from the character quest from a character that's so early in the game, because she had literally one thing, 15 unit resistance. And I was like, wow.
Yep, it's true. I look at some of the old Englebert's another one. I remember I was looking at him the other day because he does not have the MA2 yet, and he's just got like that one little line of the original mastery ability. And now you look at someone like Orlando, and he's got like 9 lines on the mastery ability. Yeah, it's great.
Yep. All right, so that's Final Fantasy 13. I guess we're talking about Final Fantasy Tactics a good bit. So who are you going for in Tactics? You mentioned that Agrius is the only one that you did not have going in.
That is correct. She was my number one target. I do see her probably having the most upside for current content in terms of Guild Wars and Arena and usage in that way. Particularly given how strong Ice is, and it looks like it's going to stay that way for a while, and I think she has some upside. Orlando, they did a lot of really good things with, but you get back to that age-old question of like how many lightning units can you actually use, and when you look at him and Cloud and Ibarra and Lightning and like Resnick and Chart,
Thunder God.
He is the Thunder God. Well, the Thunder God he's retired. He's still the Thunder God. He's just no. He's but they did really good things there. Delita is probably one of my favorite original characters, so I have a soft spot for him as a character. And Rams is interesting. I like him for a variety of reasons, and they actually did some. And I won't get too deep into the character kits, but overall, like, yeah, I think Agnes was my number one, and I'll probably use her the most. But looking forward to more of Delita in PvE content, and Orlando just for nostalgia.
There we go. So there is some nostalgia there. That's good. I like that. Did you play Final Fantasy Tactics? Okay, here we go. There's a good segue.
This is the did I play? This is the actual PlayStation 1 Final Fantasy Tactics.
Is the disc still in there?
Oh, it is. That is the old black disc. For those of you that remember those days.
the black discs is something that like we're gonna like 50 years from now when we're telling, you know, the children, be like, oh, there was something called CDs and PlayStation had these weird black ones. They're not gonna know how cool that was, but in the late 90s having a black disc was really awesome.
I feel like I remember that being like, oh, like you can't scratch them. It's so different.
Yeah.
They're unscratchable. Like kids would like throw them and then obviously scratch them anyway. And yeah.
So what's the other thing that you have there under the game?
That is the official Final Fantasy Tactics soundtrack. So that is the soundtrack on 4 CDs. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
So
a big,
you're-
actually, that's one of my favorite soundtracks. I think that soundtrack is so good. I had to buy it. One of my favorites.
Did you get it recently, or have you had it for like the last 20 years plus?
I have had it for like probably 15 years. The disc is obviously from 1998. I was literally the first Final Fantasy I ever played. So I might have, I was like 10 years old when I got that disc. That's OG. But the soundtrack was a couple years later, but still old.
That is pretty awesome. You probably one of the, like, a lot of people say they're Final Fantasy Tactics fans, like in the comments of YouTube videos and stuff like that. But I think you can actually like prove that you really are a Tactics fan. But you know, it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to gatekeep here. Anybody that likes Final Fantasy Tactics at all is very welcome.
The more the better, please. War of the Visions game they made for the PSP was excellent. If they ever decide to invest in a remake and a port for who knows what else, or a sequel or whatever they want to do, no gatekeeping at all. We need as many fans as possible.
There we go. That sounds good. Okay, so yeah, there's a, you know, it's interesting. I think at this point in the game, I feel like there's never, especially, well, I guess for like my account, there's never been so much going on at once, because there's 3 FF13 units, and then there's, I don't know, how many Final Fantasy Tactics units? 5, I guess.
Four URs. There's the Mustadio and Gefgarian, if you want to include them, though.
So that's 6 total. And yeah,
Vision
the vision cards. So yes, there's a lot going on. I feel sort of overwhelmed by all of it. And I was mentioning this to Will earlier in our call before the stream started, but this is a very good opportunity to take advantage of the quality of life that was added for using the JP keys, that sort of stuff, because you can put all your JP stuff on your units, use 10 keys or whatever, add a companion unit, and then get the JP for all of that all at once. So
definitely, and it's the same for the affinity and resonance stage. Yep. So technically, on that stage, if you're going, definitely not. If you're going for unit affinity, it's actually better to go into the stage and use like 3 or 4 turns. But if you're just going for Esper affinity, the skip tickets for that are excellent. Just 10 skip tickets, 10 keys, and you're fully resoed. 5 people, 5 Espers. Very nice.
Question for you: have you used your, what's it called, the XL resonance / affinity key?
Yes, that's the one I'm referring to, I think.
Well, so there's there's the normal ones that you get, which give you like, I think you can get like a max of like 9 affinity or whatever. But then there was the XL one that came with like a Stern pack, and it will max out your affinity and resonance. They only give 1 key so far.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was done like in the. Yeah, the first 2 minutes. Yeah, that came out. I think that was during some kind of specific collaboration or time, if I recall, because I remember having like 3 or 4 units that I needed a reso instantly with something. It might have been Final Fantasy VI, I think, if I'm thinking back correctly, because I remember we were using those units almost immediately in the Trials of Reckoning, so I think I used it on that.
I have not used mine. I'm saving it for somebody special.
Oh.
I don't know, but I just haven't had the. I haven't felt that I needed to use it on somebody yet. It's kind of a weird way to word it, but yes, I'm saving mine.
Well, we'll get another waifu release sometime that you'll want to finally give the key to.
Perfect. Yeah. So anyway, that was a distraction. What were we talking about? Final Fantasy Tactics and whatnot.
Yeah, 13. You're a little bit about all the characters and keeping up with all the changes, but some of the quality of life things that make it a little easier.
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah. Also, I just want to give a shout out to the guild quests as well. So if you hated doing guild quests before, you can go click the button. You don't even need to worry about having the right team or anything. It takes your highest score that you got, click it, skips all 4 of them at once. You don't even have to go through the loading screen for one of them. And then, yeah, just get them all done at once. Pretty awesome. Also, another quality of life, the sending the friends medals and receiving them with one click also. Because that's always seems to be the one that I do the last. Because I go, oh, nice, I did all my dailies, and then I go in there and I go, oh, got to send the friend units, the friend medals, I guess.
Then you want to collect them and get out through 6 pages of friend units. The other slept one is the Trust Stone. I haven't gone terribly deep into it, but I've seen a lot of guild members take advantage of it, where you can now save favorite sets of Trust Stones, which is extremely useful. Where if you're trying to just really quickly like switch out a TMR, instead of having re-add and refind all 6 Trust Stone runes, you can save them as a set and just go sub them in and out. An immense quality of life change that more people need to take advantage of.
Yep. Somebody's asking if it's coming for guild medals too. I don't know. It would be a nice suggestion.
That would be nice. The same idea.
The technology should technically exist, but we'll see. Would be nice. Anyway, yeah, there's also I noticed there's a lot of really good stuff in the Mog shop as well. I have like over 100,000 friend medals that there's like a medal shop that you can go to at the moment. You can get a bunch of prisms. It's not prism, is it?
I think Awakening, Awakening,
the prisms, not the fragments of thoughts, but the prisms. Are both? Maybe both are there. I don't remember.
I think it's
Either
both.
Way,
I think so. Yeah.
You can pick up some nice prisms and fragments of thoughts for each element. So go do that. I'm sure a bunch of you out there have probably an abundance of at least friend medals. So go do that. They have one for like friend medals, guild medals, arena medals. Probably don't use your soul medals, but you can do that, I guess, if you have some.
Yeah, not a great return on investment for those. I would not recommend that.
Oh, Dejan says there's a bundle right now that gives another XL key. That sounds nice.
So
go take advantage.
I'll look out for that. I most definitely will. Thank you, Dejan. Hell yeah. All right, heck, cool. Sorry.
HE double hockey sticks.
Yeah, sorry, everybody.
Cool. So part of this stream, I wanted to go through Midlight's Deep. Like I mentioned, I have not done it in 2 years. To be honest, I don't even know if I finished it the first time. It's been way too long. I don't remember. So let's take a look. We're just going to kind of run through whatever floor that I'm on. I think for some veteran players out there, this might not be like the most challenging thing ever. But for some new players out there, it actually might be. So let's see here. I've cleared through 8. I'm on 9. I cleared 9 normal. So I'm on the EX stage, and then I'm also on 10 here. So
okay, good stuff.
The most exciting floors. I don't know anything about this EX. There's a nice array of elements in here.
There is.
So yeah, 200 viz is on the line here. Let's just go into it.
I would do the 10 stage. Yeah, do the 10 stage.
Oh, 10? Okay. Let's go into 10.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything about the units that are in here. I'm exposing my win team. This must use the same pages as the tower.
You know what? I thought it did. Some of them were there, some of them weren't. I wasn't really sure, but either way, it looks like you have most of yours preloaded. So I think after the you got some preloaded teams there.
I don't really want to make a team here, so should we just go? What's the best element
for floor 10? I feel like you could just based on who you were showing, I feel like you get away with your lightning team. I feel like they would do really well there.
Should I do it on manual? I don't know. Let's do it on manual. Just 2B? Yeah, just 2B is definitely for the tower. She can clear most of that.
Yeah.
Just by herself.
I've heard people setting a team of evade units and just going on auto and clearing it, just given the power creep in the game and how powerful their evade is compared to what evasion was back in the day.
Oh, right. It's completely dark. I don't remember hardly anything about these floors, so
yeah, so cautiously
here.
You should. I know there's technically the grading, right? And the efficiency grading is based upon your number of actions and then also the number of units that died. And so, for any of you going for a high score, obviously I'd
Oh.
recommend scouting these stages ahead of time just to make sure you're not walking around in circles, because that's the whole point of this is to throw you off of where you can walk and not walk.
Yeah.
And so I know one of my favorite things in terms of gauging the landscape, actually two small tricks for those of you that want to just clear this without using outside resources and maps. Two things. Number one, bringing in bow units or units that have massive AoEs, because you're able to kind of see the range of their AoE and pinpoint that. You can see the topography glow on where the squares are, like where you can reach. So that's one valuable way to kind of see the topography. But then also, I know a lot of characters that have really great like move and jump. I think Ketone's a great example. If you put on her
Oh,
TMR,
there we
which
go.
gives her move one, jump one, you're also able to like see a character like to see the topography, but also see where like they literally can't move. And if they can't go across it, then you know it's likely like a big chasm that you can't cross. So without letting the crystals of enemy corpses accumulate, that's a nice, quick, and easy way to get an idea of what the layout looks like.
All right. I'm just kind of
I
buffing
remember,
because I don't know what's going on here. So,
right?
oh, there's the
These
units.
red,
I should have zoomed out, I guess. I had no idea where they were. That's a lot of
yeah,
chocobos.
these I remember these red chocobos hitting pretty hard back in the day. I don't
Mm,
think that'll be the case anymore, but who
we'll
knows? We'll
see.
see. Their resistances were pretty interesting too.
Oh, we already got him up here. Look at that auto attack. It already does half their health here.
A
Um,
flock of birds, it's like they're migrating south. Oh my God.
okay, one down. Now I gotta wait for. So it seems like they're all coming from the left side.
I would agree with that. I'm not going to spoil exactly how they're moving, but that is exactly what's going on.
There's like steps that go down and then they loop around a little bit here. That's what it seems like.
A little bit of a circular motion there. I'd agree. I would recommend to make sure your Charlotte's in a good place to start taking some damage
She
here.
was in the worst possible place.
Yeah, these the Choco meteors, if I recall, from the red chocobos have some pretty big range. And if you're not equipped magic wise,
Uh-oh.
damage adds up.
Well, Cloud can almost auto attack her or it that thing. What's a bird? I'm not sure. Let's go for a low AP cost here. Probably. Oh, let's build a chain. I don't want that one actually. Perfect.
I feel like the Braver ability might one shot one of them. The very top one there. Because the Braver's got that 25% in peril. Oh, that works too. If you want to.
I was just going for low AP cost.
Yeah. No, that's smart.
Ooh. And I have no idea like what jobs and stuff I have set up. Ooh, I'm gonna save that one.
I just love the image of just this like horde of birds. Obviously, chocobos just coming down at you.
Yeah.
This impending doom.
I'm just gonna do this. Oh, reaction ability.
Oh, you actually just showed a great example of what I was talking about on her ability there. The whatever that was that easy a lightning shot? I think you had used. It might have been. Yeah, it lit up all the squares. You're able to see
Oh, right. I was
the
not
topography.
even paying attention to that. Let's see here. They're all grouping up. Ooh, this is a good
And
one.
if I recall, I think the yellow ones have a curative ability. They do. They have an AoE cura, or some. I won't call it cura, but they have a curative ability that I remember was pesky back in the day. You'd get everyone low, and then they just come and heal
Yeah.
everything in sight.
So yeah, the chocobos are dying kind of easy here. So I don't think this is going to be extremely difficult. I saw somebody say that they
No,
had some evasion, but I don't really remember that. But I think the units, 120 jobs and everything these days is
yeah. So for those that are curious, so I did look that up when Justin mentioned it. And he's they're right. There's actually each of the red chocobos has 70% evasion, just like
Mm.
innately. Their luck stat though is laughably low compared to what our luck stats get to now. So for anyone who knows any number crunching, their luck is at 288, and right now we see units get upwards in like the mid 500s on evade units. So the luck evasion stat has come quite a long way compared to what used to be considered evasion.
Yep. Okay, just gonna auto attack this one here. I think I'm doing entirely too much thinking. Might just have to go with auto here. Ooh. Do I want to kill 9S? Decisions.
Yeah, practically speaking, I think, and just about anybody could auto this stage at this point. Yeah, I think it would really just be those going for the score. Unfortunately, I don't think, and I don't want to say this for a fact, I don't think there are any rewards for high scores in these kinds of events. Though I think it's kind of just a pat on the back. You got an S rank. I don't think there's actually in-game rewards related to it though. But still, nice to have the sense of achievement.
I'm going to clear this before I even get any crystals. We're going to do this whole thing in complete darkness.
You are. I always say it's kind of funny. It's almost counter to the efficiency goal to let the crystals form. If you're taking long enough to let the corpses turn into crystals, you're using way more actions than you probably need to. But it would be cool to see the effect. I'm actually I was just gonna say, I'm actually glad they put this in too. This is for those that aren't aware, an actual callback to Final Fantasy Tactics. This was the Midlight Steep was the extra game dungeon where you could get a 13th Esper to summon, but more than that, they had a bunch of like, oh, there we go, there are your crystals, bunch of really rare like weapon drops and stuff, and they'd have like traps. You had to actually discover which square to stand on in order to advance to the next stage. If you killed all the enemies and didn't find the square, you didn't advance. So it was a really nice extra challenge. I thought it was really creative that they put this into the game too.
Yeah, so back 2 years ago, one of the first videos that I recorded was actually about Final Fantasy Tactics with Hiroki, and we made a mention to that Midlight Steep and everything was based off of some stuff from Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah, really creative idea to put it in as the PvE content.
Da, 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 da. Easy. Well, you mean Adam? It should probably be pretty easy with Look at all that stuff that I got for new players as well. You know, the vision, like having 2 vision cards these days. I didn't even think about that earlier, but yeah, that
exactly.
2 vision cards alone is just an extremely big bonus. Like
Absolutely
even when like some of the selection quests that I was being kind of lazy on, when we got 2 vision cards, it was suddenly much easier to clear some of those where I don't have like the MRs and stuff built up.
I was in that boat. I'm not gonna lie. I've always lagged a little bit behind on when the selection quest stuff came out. But yeah, there was a time when I was catching up and it was very obvious that you could see the difference in the power creep based upon having 2 vision cards versus not.
I got all right, a D+, congrats. Just like my high school days.
Number of retreats though, you're yes. Brave soul, no retreats needed.
We're gonna try this one as well. You know, I don't. Yeah, you know, I think it's curious. I have this party set up here that only have weapons.
Yes.
I don't know why I have that way. That seems very interesting, and it's semi-recent too because there's Leela and that sort of stuff. So who knows? I don't remember what was going on there.
You were just going for a high challenge difficulty, like self handicap.
Oh, you're right. So party 9, I don't have anything there. So that is interesting. It looks like there is some weirdness going on.
Yeah.
What? Oh no. What's going on here? I lost. Oh, it's because it's an EX stage. That's what's going on.
Oh, okay.
I was like, why is my stuff being deleted?
It doesn't say well the party's interesting.
Look how old this party is. Let's just I'm not gonna add another VC. I'm just gonna add a weapon here. I don't think this sort of light is magic anymore. It is not.
You might as well just go auto formation at this point and see what the roll of the dice throws in
Ooh,
there for you.
I like that actually. Let's go auto formation. Um, everything. Yep. Okay. Okay. I like it. Let's see what happens. I probably
That's
wouldn't have
awesome.
put any of that equipment anywhere on those units, but you know what? That's fine.
Never. No, I've done that a couple times if I just need to like load up some basic stats. I think it typically defaults to putting their own TMR in the TMR slot no matter what.
Yeah,
And
I
then
noticed that as well.
I think it just kind of like min maxes some of the stats, but
Uh-oh.
not terribly so. Oh, the charm, yes. So I just did this stage actually myself a couple days ago, and yeah, the charm was a fun one to work around here.
Thankfully, though, my units are ill-equipped, so hopefully they won't do too much. Yeah, they only did 1,100 damage there on Celeste. Yeah, not too bad. So there's some really great rewards for clearing through Midlight Steep, so go do that at your leisure.
And actually, if I may, for new players or returning players, if you haven't, the thing you absolutely must get from this, no matter what, is the sword for essentially for Agrius. It's the Lazalia Royal Guard sword. I think it's on stage 5 or 6. So if you have never completed this, make sure you do. That's actually a really great sword for her. And it is plus 6able this week. Some
Yep.
really great stats on it. It does compete with Icebrand, which is another great ice sword, but Icebrand is only available in the shop at the moment. You can't actually grind for it. So until we get that, this is a absolutely stellar ice sword to get. So if you haven't, make sure you do.
Yep, I think you get the recipe from the training challenge board,
You
clearing all of them,
yes.
I think. So,
I
yep, you
think
just
right. I
need
think you get
one.
that for the yeah.
You just need one recipe. Because I know like when some of the other ones came out, like Rain's weapon, for example, some people were kind of confused on how to do that. So you just take, or like Brotherhood, you just take the weapon and then the recipe, and then technically it's +1 or whatever. So yeah.
Right. Nope, that's a good point. It is a little confusing compared to the
I
normal
don't think I'm
equipment.
gonna clear this. Oh no. We'll see. Mont's strong. Mont carried me for an extremely long time when he came out.
He did. I was a
Paralyzed.
big
Oh
fan of
no.
him. Look at this. What is this? This tank meta. King Mont, Celeste, Warrior Light, Dwayne. I guess
Yeah,
Noctis was the odd man out, but yeah.
it definitely went with tanks. I think we need to turn the camera here.
This is close. This wait a minute. This is legit close though, because
Oh no.
you got two ice units there, and King Mon is fire, so you have some good opportunity for him to do some like work on them. You obviously have the crystals to heal you up.
I wonder if Dwayne has used his LB yet. That'll heal him up a bit. He probably has though. And I like that my Warrior of Light is on Dragoon as well. I haven't used him in a
Hmm.
while. I think I'm
That
gonna
does a
clear
lot of
this.
damage. I think you are too. I think it's gonna work out. Too bad. It looks like your I think your movement is stuck at the moment for Mont.
Yeah,
I don't think you can get by. You're at a
we gotta
choke
wait
point
for
there hanging
Warrior of
out.
Light here. Get unparalyzed.
Oh no.
Oh,
Just waiting
that was a good
waiting for
hit.
that zoo corpse to turn into a crystal right in front of him. Oh my, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, King Mont with the clutch.
Perfect. See you guys. Get out there and do
Easy.
your Midlight Steep. Look,
And
200
there it is.
viz. Nice.
200
And
is easy.
20,000 gil. Nice, not bad. That's a lot of gil.
Don't spend it all in one place.
That's like 0.5% of a shard summon.
something like that. I do a lot of stats.
Yeah.
That's not one stat I've looked into yet, though. I don't know the answer to that one.
So yeah, cleared it. Da, 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 da. Yep.
Excellent.
And
And
I
that's
still
it.
have, look,
So
I
yeah,
still have every unit surviving.
woohoo!
Amazing.
Yeah, it's too bad. I wish they
I'll wait
did a
on
little
that.
bit with the giving out the tickets here for the mug shop for the Final Fantasy Tactics collab. Right now, you can only get those medals through the Ragnarok and the Sortilege stages. I was hoping that you might get some here as well, but
Yep.
no, this is nice little throwback instead.
Cool. So how about we do our little PvP match?
Let's do it. I got my phone ready to go. I had the battery charged.
Oh,
Let me
oh,
load
nice.
up the game.
A full battery. I like that.
Well, because if my game dies, I,
And that's an interesting
I could use that
question. Like, what
excuse a lot.
happens if like the game closes while you're in a match like that?
I Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while. I think it says your enemy is disconnected. And I think you win at that moment. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. So how
So
about we do this when your phone's not charged?
yeah, right. Let me.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm loading up at the moment here. I did put something Final Fantasy Tactics related together for a comp just to have some
Okay.
fun with the new toys in the chest, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. You want to send me room number on Discord?
Sure. Give me
Cool.
just a moment here. I'm on the title screen.
This is going to be the battle of the century, folks. Just kidding.
It'll be one of it'll be one of the battles.
I made my team while the stream was going. Like the little intro thing. I made my stream during that. I picked basically the first 2 units that I saw. Actually, no, that's not true. I'll talk about it a little bit more here.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah,
anybody knows
absolutely.
me, I like water. So after I picked Agrius, I was like, who should I go with? Because I didn't really want to just go with, like, oh, there's Velis, that sort of thing. So.
Get a little creative with the comp. This is gonna be interesting. Then I'll tell you
It's
that
not
much.
going
So
to be that interesting.
it might. We'll be surprised.
Okay,
So
what map did you pick?
So for now, I'll pick Ancient Ruins 9.
Okay.
I think that's the current arena map. I'm fairly certain. So Ancient Ruins 9 is the current arena map. I figure a lot of people will be acquainted with it.
Okay.
Um so
So you can see my stats are significantly lower than yours, but maybe that's all in defense and spirit and that sort of stuff. You never know.
it could be. It could be. I see you're forming your party still. Yeah, I'm intrigued if you want to talk about what you ended up picking. I know you were getting into it.
Oh, I was just gonna say, so you can start it whenever. I clicked ready.
Sure. I will.
Yeah. So I just made my Winter Victoria 120 because of the summer collab that we had. So I picked her, and then I was like, oh, I guess I may as well pick another water unit. So I just picked Ramada.
Okay.
So
This will be interesting then.
this is not fair at all.
What do you mean not fair?
Fire units though.
I'm running
so
all
we'll see.
fire. You have water units. Yeah, wait a minute. This actually could be chaos.
I've never really used Winter Victoria for anything, so I'm not really equipped or anything. So if I do win this, I don't know.
She's actually an excellent unit.
My Agrius is gonna get maybe like She's gonna take so much damage. She's gonna do damage to my other units.
And I'm sorry, maybe I'm lagging on the screen. I don't know if we're screen sharing the battle on the stream.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay, here we go. Sorry, that was my bad.
Do we want to restart this, or are we running out of time here?
It's fine.
Yeah, okay. Look at the short and sweet. So I'm running the mono fire. I'm rocking the Delita here. We'll see if we can do anything. Yeah, I figured I've been wanting to use Delita for so long. He's one of my favorite characters. So I figured throw him on national Twitch television here, see what happens. Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Oh, was it? I don't know.
This is gonna be closer than I think we thought it could be.
That's only because of RNG on the elements here. But that's fine.
I don't know.
Oh,
You're
no
playing
buffs coming out of there.
3D chess here with the ice trap comp.
What I need Agrius to do is I just need her to use hate so she can just take one move. That's it.
Oh, and the status effects. For those of you that haven't used Aggies, the status effects are. Oh wait,
Ooh. Oh no.
wait, what? Does Delete have confusion resistance? Interesting. Ooh, okay, one down. You guys see me sweating here? I'm like, oh
There's
my
no
god,
way Ramada will do. Look, I mean, her agility's so low that
Destroyed.
Shella gets to go again. So, GG.
that was really interesting. That actually could have gone a lot of different ways there.
I did
I
some
mean, okay,
decent.
okay.
I mean, both of those fire units were. I'm gonna send you a friend request.
Yeah, please do.
But yeah, so
Oh
both of
wait,
your
am I
fire
full?
units were
Mhm.
tanky. So I chunked you down a little bit. And I'm happy for that.
They were. You did. I'm sorry. I'll get your friend request after. We'll make sure to network
Rip.
once I got an extra friend
I
slot
got
here.
denied live on stream.
Not denied. It's just at capacity at the moment. At capacity, we just
But yeah, so my
that was really fun, though.
Agrius, like I said, she's not really set up. Her bravery and everything is probably still like 51 and stuff. So I just wanted to use her. I've always really wanted Agrius. Like so she came out like 2 years ago, and where we were in guild battles, she was an unrelenting force. She existed in guild battles for what seemed like 6 months straight. She was kind of like the pre-Starlight Elena. She was just always there, and I think she probably stuck around until maybe I even want to say EX Jobs came out with Final Fantasy X, but probably
it was very close. No, it was close. King Mont did not exist then, so Fire wasn't good enough to fight against her. And I remember it would be Agrius, Halloween Leela, and Kane. That was
Kane was definitely another one of those because he had courage pretty early on as well, so that was very difficult to deal with.
It was, yeah. She was the status effects are just immense from her. She was a great unit, so happy to see her back in my possession finally.
Indeed. So let's see here. Yes, Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm really happy to have her. Like I said, I've watched a lot of guild battles, or watched myself going against her a lot, and I really like her art. The art that they did for in-game. She is definitely, she's cute. She earns the cute of honor badge from me.
Yeah, she's the OG like shield maiden before Saber from Fate Stay and all of that. You know, all the paladins came out. Agrius was the OG.
Yep.
OG shield maiden. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So. Yeah, I think that kind of covers it for really everything that I wanted to show off today. Midlight Steep went a little bit easier than I expected, but you know. So hopefully new players out there do not have as difficult of a time going through that. There's really, 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 really awesome rewards out there that are available through the entire collaboration. So please log in. This is your time. This is your call to action. Log in, get everything. There's even like, there's just so many gifts and presents and Gil and Visior and that sort of stuff. So log in and grab it all. But that was a fun match, so thank you. I really wish I spent a little bit more time thinking about it. I don't know what I would have done differently, though.
For Midlight Steep?
No, for our PvP match is what I was talking about.
Oh.
Because I felt like there was a glimmer of hope for a very brief moment. I don't know if, like, I don't know. If my Agrius was just a little bit better, so she could have withstanded maybe one attack, I think I probably could have done it.
I agree. I think your point about Ramada's agility is important too. The agility is very, very important there in the turn order of things. But
one thing that I really like about her is that she has a hate down ability. But sorry, I cut you off. So if you
I was gonna say that she's got a great EX kit, but just that's where kind of sometimes some of the differences in stats just is too big of a hurdle to overcome. If you don't have the right agility and you can't act, then the ability doesn't mean anything, unfortunately.
Yep, that's true.
So
yeah, let me go ahead and recap some of the stuff that we had going on today. So this, as I mentioned, this is at our 12th Justin and Friends stream, which is pretty crazy. We started it last year in July, I think. So we've been doing this for a year and 2 months. So I guess we technically haven't done it every month, but we've had a lot of really great guests on here. Like, I think the very first one we had Dejin, and you've been on here twice. We even had some of the developers on there. So what does number 13 have in store? I don't know. Next month is October, and 13 is an October-y number. Just trying to think out loud here. Is it going to be spooky?
Yeah, I got a Friday the 13th instead of a Thursday stream. Yeah, you could.
Is there actually a Friday the 13th in October?
You know what? I'll look right now. I actually don't know. There's not. But the 13th is on a Thursday instead. You'll get Thursday the 13th.
That's only 2 weeks from now, though, so I don't know that we could pull that off. Anyway, so cool. Yes, thank you very much, Will, for joining today. It has been an absolute blast. Everybody out there, please, please, please go give him a subscribe. Is that how you say that? Be a subscriber to his channel. I think that's probably the best way.
I'll never ask for them, but always appreciate it when I get them. So thank you.
No, please. I'll ask for you. Go, please click the subscribe button on his channel, please. It means a lot. And don't just click it. I want you to smash it so hard you have to go buy a new mouse. Or space bar, or whatever weird way that you do it.
It'll be worth it.
Yes, it'll be worth it. But yeah, so let me go over some of the stuff that we had going on today. So these are the current events that we had. There's really, honestly, we said this 100 times already, but there's a lot of really great stuff going on in the game currently. Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy Tactics, it's a 2.5-year anniversary that is going on. Lots of Visior to go around, lots of just general medals for stuff. There's events to run so you can get your weapons, +6 weapons. Been a lot of really great quality of life recently, that sort of stuff. So it's the best time in the whole history of the game to play War of the Visions, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. On top of that, what's equally as good is we had some rewards. So just doing some quick Justin math here, I would say that we probably were able to hit 1,000 viewers. Yay! So that's going to be 3 Blossoms of Paradise swooping into your inbox, your presents box here shortly. I think it takes a couple days, but yes. So 3 Blossoms, that's pretty awesome. A lot of units and stuff going on in the game recently, so use those. Don't, you know what I always say is if you're sitting on 20 Blossoms, then you're sitting on an infinite amount of Blossoms. Yes. So use what you have. You can't take it with you. But yes, so any last words that you would like to give our beautiful audience out there, Will?
Yeah, I mean, a couple. Yeah, big shout out and appreciation to Justin and the Square Enix team and Gumi and everyone that helps make this game run. It's a big passion of mine to play and make content for it. And thank you to all my friends and my girlfriend who supports me and all the time I spend playing it as well. It's obviously a big time investment. You're right. She's waited long enough for it. I figured finally give her the shout out. But no, also my YouTube channel, definitely see me there. But this week, big announcement actually, I will be finally rolling out officially my Discord server as well. It's one that I've had and slowly been building up, but I will actually make a YouTube video kind of highlighting that. So stay tuned for it. I just wanted to be a central hub for people to come and ask me questions personally and get to build their teams up better and obviously collaborate with people that are like-minded in how they approach the game. So really looking forward to that Discord server, and hopefully you all are also. So thanks. That's everything I have to say. Thank you, everybody.
Very wholesome there. Thank you for joining, and shout out to your girlfriend as well. Hopefully everybody out there in chat can give a shout out to her. So give her a shout out. Apparently she might be looking forward to it, or she might be aware that it's happening. So everybody give her a shout out as well. And give Will a shout out. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Somebody please do ! Guests in chat. I would appreciate that. Twitch chat. And yes, so thank you everybody for joining today on our 12th For the Visions, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius community stream with Justin and friends. I am Justin, and you are all my friends, and that is going to be it for today. So I will see you guys in the future for stream number 13, or whatever else is going on with the game. So thank you, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. We will see you later. And look at my cool shirt. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Toodles.